One of the biggest questions I am asked as a fitness coach is how I manage my nutrition. Today, I'm going to run you through exactly what I do to prepare myself for the week when it comes to my food. If you are not looking after yourself when it comes to your diet, it's going to be really hard to achieve the fitness goals you have. So I'm going to run you through and hopefully give you a couple of tips to what I do that you can take on to make sure that your nutrition is in a great place so you can actually start seeing some results. Now, just for some context, I live at home with 5 other people. So I live with my family. We have my mum, my dad, my 2 brothers and my sister. I keep dropping this camera. Rewind. Okay, where was I? I live at home with my family. We all have different fitness goals, by the way. My sister isn't really too fussed on food. Like, she just kind of eats whatever she wants to eat. She's like, 20-year-old vibing through life. My 2 brothers want to put on size and put on muscle. So they just eat absolutely everything. My mum wants to lose weight. My dad wants to actually look after himself because he's got diabetes and he needs to make sure that what he's eating is obviously aligning with that. Now, my mum never knows what she wants to cook, and where the boys are so fussy, it can be really, really difficult. Just to take me out of the equation, I have decided to cook my own food. I don't want to rely on somebody else to tell me what is for dinner, what is for lunch, and it just allows me to be on track with the fitness goals I have and what I need to be eating. I have a calorie goal, I have a protein goal, I like to weigh my food out and track my food, and for the most part, and having somebody else cook for me just doesn't really align with that. Obviously, I think a lot of people can relate. They'll say, oh, well, mum cooks for me, my partner cooks for me, so it's really hard for me to actually, eat what I need to be eating to see results. And I actually think, well, you need to then have a conversation with your partner, with your mum, with whoever is cooking for you, and taking that control away from you so that they're on board with what you want to achieve, so you can come up with some sort of solution. Otherwise, it is going to be really difficult for you to keep on track if they have no idea that you want to achieve XYZ and need to be eating XYZ, because they're just going to do what they usually do. So you need to have that conversation. But I did. When I came back home, I was like, I'm still going to be doing my own food shop. We are actually lucky to have 2 fridges in our house. We have one in our kitchen, one in our storage room, so I just take a shelf of that, and that is where all my food goes. Just allows me to know what I've got, know what I'm having, organise for the week, because I know it's easier for you to be more on top of your food when you're only kind of planning for yourself as opposed to everybody else. I would say there are different portion amounts you can make depending on the person and their goals that they have, but my biggest advice, if somebody else is cooking for you, would be have a conversation with them. Sometimes they just need to know you want to achieve XYZ, and then give them inspiration. Tell them, I need to be eating more protein. What is protein? It is all of these foods. Okay, great. Well, that's how we're going to implement this into the dinners now that we're going to have. Sometimes you just need to communicate. But just wanted to give you some context on who I actually live with and how I go about my food, because I do think that's such a big thing when it comes to planning and being a little bit more organised. You've got to understand where you're coming from. If you live by yourself, it's a lot easier to manage your food because you don't have to think about anybody else but yourself. So it's Sunday today. I'm about to do my food shop. I'm just waiting on my mum, and she's going to come with me because she has to get some stuff for the others. And what we'll do is discuss what she's planning for the week, what meals she's going to cook. I'll tell her what I'm going to cook, see if there's any crossover. So if we can obviously save up on certain foods or, combine something, then we will. But for the most part, I'll say I'm doing XYZ, and she'll say she's doing her own thing. And I'll be like, cool, I'll let you know if I want anything in advance. But for the most part, I just choose what I want. I will usually plan my food Sunday to Thursday because I just know when it hits Friday, I don't actually know what I fancy by Friday. I find it a lot easier to be in routine with food from Sunday to Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday are more of my flexible days where I'm not in a strict calorie deficit right now or a strict calorie surplus, and I am just more at a maintenance calorie goal. I have that leniency. But I like to do Sunday to Thursday, and then when it does come to Thursday, I will already have planned what I'm doing Friday and Saturday. if I'm out the house or if I'm eating at home, just so I know, again, if I need to get some food in advance, so I'm not just kind of mindlessly snacking away and just eating whatever I can find in the kitchen. So what I'll tend to do, nice and simple, get my notes page up, plan out what I'm eating for the week ahead. So right now, I've just got some random bits on here that I know we need to get, but I'll just write out like Monday to Thursday, lunch and dinner, what am I having? I'm going to actually just keep it really simple for this week because I've got a call with a coach tomorrow to discuss some fitness goals, see if I want to start working with him. But yeah, I just kind of want to keep it simple, especially if you have a fitness goal in mind. I like to keep my variety for if I'm due on my period and I want like some snacks, then I'll, get some snacks. Or if I'm going out to eat, like I'll generally save, maybe like the more fun meals for if I'm going out to a restaurant. I say that I'm very, very simple when it comes to food, but I will have a protein source, a carbohydrate source, some veg, and then whatever condiment, sauce, seasoning we're using, keeping it just really, really simple. I like to have fish a couple of times in the week. Other than that, I'll keep it really lean with protein and just kind of go for chicken. I have red meat. I used to have red meat a lot in my diet. However, I have cut back on that a little bit just because, especially when I was dieting, I just noticed it, unless it was a steak, I didn't really find that it kept me as full as chicken did. So I just made that tweak. I also do really love prawns. So either salmon or prawns when it comes to fish. This is what I'll typically do. So my breakfast tends to stay the same. But my staple meals are going to be things like chicken and sweet potato, salmon and sweet potato, or rice. But yeah, I'm just such a fan of sweet potato at the moment that I'll kind of keep it to that. I also like normal white potatoes, so we've got some of those actually already in the house. I'll have it with like peri seasoning, just kind of give myself like a fake Nando's. Sometimes I'll have chicken in pitta, again, like a fake Nando's. I generally buy the same thing week in, week out, again, just to keep it nice and simple. I just find it works for me, okay? When you keep it simple and you stop trying to make a new dish, make a new recipe every single day, you find yourself actually getting somewhere. I will then maybe have like a prawn pasta. I quite like that. Again, it depends on what mood I'm in, depends on how many calories I am using. Also depends on the time of the month. I typically will have more not more carby foods, but more cheese and that sort of, yummy food around period week or week before period week because it's more of a comforter. However, if you are using food as an emotional thing, that's a conversation you need to have, you need to address, because that is going to be a big factor on, again, if you actually see results or not. Back to where I was. What I'm going to do is plan out my meals. So I am really just thinking to have chicken and sweet potato for my lunches this week. And I've got rice I need to use up, so I'm just going to have that on Monday and Tuesday. We're then going to have it with broccoli and spinach. If I'm feeling particularly hungry or I want more taste, like I'm eating for more taste, I might have some creamy spinach, which I just add the light Philadelphia to. I always find that when I do have more of those foods in my diet and I start to get a little bit more lenient with that, you get the craving for it. You have more of a sweet or saltier tooth and you start picking up on those foods a lot more. So I'm just going to try and dial it back a little bit this week because I've noticed this weekend I've gone a little bit off the rails with my food. I think I will have maybe chicken pitta on Wednesday, and then I might have like a prawn pasta on Wednesday as well because then I can use up those. I might have a prawn I kind of fancy soup. That's a bit random for me, but it's been really cold recently and I feel like I've been in the vibe for wanting some soup. But what I might do is have some chicken and veg by itself, and then I might have some soup as well. That's just really random. I just want some soup. Chicken and veg, and then I'll just have a cup of soup next to it. Cool, that kind of takes us to Thursday. Oh, what do I want for dinner on that day? I'll also double check if I've got any social things going on in the week, because if I do, I want to factor those in, obviously. What I might do is I might get some mincemeat, and we could do like actually my mum's got some meatballs in the fridge, so I might do spaghetti meatballs and we'll have some veg with that. So again, obviously just double check what you've got in the freezer. I mean, I know that sounds really simple, but again, why would you want to waste money and buy things you don't need? And then on top of that, it's going to make you delay your fitness goals even further as well, you know? Like every decision you're making, come back to, does this actually align with what I want to achieve? And it will get you there a lot quicker. We've got chicken and sweet potato, salmon and rice for Monday and Tuesday. Really simple. We've got chicken pitta and a prawn pasta on Wednesday. And then I've got chicken and veg, my soup, and spaghetti meatballs on Thursday. I am then just going to get, as my extra, just in case I fancy more food, I'm going to get my yogurt bowl. So we need to get some blueberries and raspberries. I love these because I just have that with my yogurt. I've already got vanilla yogurt. I get the vanilla Alpro yogurt because I don't like Greek yogurt. If you like Greek yogurt, I would suggest having it with that because that is a protein source. This is the only thing that's missing when it comes to my yogurt bowl. It's got a little bit of protein in, but really not much. I could get some protein powder and mix that in, but that sounds disgusting. I might have like a handful of granola, but we've already got granola, so I won't need to buy it. And then I need to get some dark chocolate. And I actually need to get some dark chocolate for my friend because I told them I want them to try it because it's really nice. Oh, and I would also just need to get some protein bars. I've already got the Grenade snack Oreo protein bars in there. I've got 2 left and I like to have them for breakfast or just after my workout when I get back home. Anyways, let's go and do this food shop. Where is my mother? Right, let me show you guys what we got. Big bag of spinach. I got some more bread. This is the brand I like, and it comes all freshly cut for you, so it's nice and easy to use. And just to keep it nice and fresh, I will put it in the freezer, and then as you need it, you can just get it out rather than letting it go off, because this is best before the 30th, and it's the 28th. Who is eating that much bread in 2 days? Broccoli. These are the protein bars I like. They have 15 grams of protein in. I got my soup that I was talking about. Tomato and basil soup because I'm a basic bitch. I got some peppers as well, and what I'll do is I'll cut these up now and then I'll just put them into some containers because otherwise I probably won't use them or it'll be a while until I eat them. So just to make it as convenient as possible for me to eat my vegetables, gotta cut them up. I've got some more sweet potato, and then I've got these. So as I said, for my breakfast, I like to have these with the bread and some baked beans, like high in protein. And these are so low in calories as well. So the chicken sausages, per 2 chicken sausages, you get, why doesn't it say? You get 11 grams of protein. So I will typically have 3, 4 or 5. So, you know, up to 25 grams of protein, which is really good. And calorie wise, they are literally only 68 calories per one. So I think they're like 30, 35 calories each sausage. Got some prawns. This was the dark chocolate I was speaking about. Now, I'm actually going to give this one to my friend. And he better bloody eat it. But it tastes really good. I'm just trying to convince everyone that dark chocolate does taste nice. I've actually got the sea salt one upstairs and I'm gonna have that. And I can't overeat on the sea salt one, whereas I could overeat on this. So I'm being good this week and giving this straight to him because I will eat it all. And then to finish off, I just have some chicken. So I just got 3 chicken breasts and then I got some chicken breast mini fillets. Mum told me after I got it, I should have just got the pack of 12 because it would have been cheaper. But either way, I will most likely batch cook these. I'll season this, put it in the air fryer, and then this week this will be my lunches or the snack as and when I want it. And then I've also just got some chicken breast as well for dinners. Let's go put it in my fridge. Mum, are you using the air fryer now?
Use the air fryer.
Can you see air fryer?
Yeah.
I might do this now actually.
I'm going to make that chilli now. Do you want me to make meatballs or not?
Oh, yeah, please. Yes, please. I'll put this all in the fridge. How many have you got?
6.
I'll have 6. Yeah, I've already eaten today. So I've just seasoned all this chicken. This is like the most amount of chicken I've ever put in the air fryer at once, so let's hope it cooks okay. And I'm just going to let that cook. So I just do that because it makes it so much easier to actually use and eat throughout the week. Again, I would just really suggest making sure you make it as convenient and easy for you to stick to your food plan throughout the week, because life will get busy in the week as well. Things won't go to plan, and now that that's prepped and cooked, it's like, okay, if I've had a busy day at work and I don't want to have to think about food as well, it stops me from going for like the easy, convenient option of you know, let's just get takeaway, or fuck it, let me just listen to how I feel instead of what I've decided to, like what I've planned. So yeah, now I'm just cutting up my peppers and then I'll put them in a container, and then it's just so easy again, because sweet potato, I can cut that up and cook that for like 10 minutes in the air fryer, 10-15 minutes. I can heat my chicken up, have my peppers, and then you've got protein sauce, veg, and you've got carbohydrates. Just so easy. Just cut up all of my peppers. I might be extra and just cut up my sweet potato as well, and it just means that because I'm at home when I work, it's just I can keep it fresh without having to do too much prep. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that quickly. My fridge is actually outside. I'm wearing slippers outside, not good. And I appreciate that not everyone will, you know, be able to do their meal prep. Oh, okay, look. So this is what I've got for the week. I need to order some more of these Nutonics. Love them. I don't drink coffee, and I feel like that's like my thing. I've got my soup, my yogurt. We've got some raspberries and blueberries. This is just that chicken and prawns. She's put this in a really weird order. Oh yeah, I have this rice left over. Don't ask why it's in the fridge. But just in case I want rice instead of my sweet potato. And that's all cut up ready for me. Lovely. So I appreciate that not everyone will be able to, you know, prep their food, and you know, that might not be the most convenient option. But I would definitely recommend, if somebody else is cooking for you, have the conversation with them on your fitness goals, so they're aware of like what food you need to be eating, or want to be eating at least. Aha. Okay, I'm just gonna go put my bread in the freezer and my spinach in the fridge as well. Oh. So that's pretty much what I do for my food. Obviously, if I had social occasions going on, or if I wanted to be a bit more, you know, have a bit more variety in my meals, it would be a little bit more complicated, which again is why, if you're gonna keep, I just think you should keep things simple, not all the time, and like it doesn't mean you have to be really, really boring. I mean, I like these foods. That is basically how I would do my food shopping and meal prep for the week. Keep it really simple. If I want more variety, I'll save that for if I'm going out, or for the end of the week once I get a little bit more of a plan in place for my Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But in the week, I know I'm going to be in routine. I know I haven't got any social things going on this week anyways. And so where I can be in control of my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, I'm going to really make sure that they are high protein meals. They're going to give me energy. They're going to make me feel good, as opposed to just kind of being like, oh, what new things should we cook this week, and trying to do that every single day and then overcomplicating it, potentially not liking it. Yeah, you can obviously try new things, so here for that, but maybe just have like one day a week where you try a new recipe and you make a thing of it, you know, that can be your exciting thing you do. But for the most part, if you have fitness goals you want to achieve, why overcomplicate it? Right, I think that's all for now. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hope that was helpful, and I will speak to you guys soon.